Hello and welcome to The Natural View. I'm Maggie Jacqua. I'm the content director of WholeFoods Magazine. And my co-host, as always, is Todd Pollack. Welcome, Todd.
Hey Maggie, good to see you.
Great to have you here. And today we're going to get to know a new supplement company that is positioning itself kind of at the nexus of nature and science. And it's been described, I love this, as where personal well-being meets environmental responsibility. Our guest today is Dia Schwarz. She is the founder of NOOT. Welcome.
Hi, Maggie. Hi, Todd. Nice to meet you. Exciting.
Well, it's great to have you here. And I want to start by getting to know you a little bit better and then diving into the company and finding out what makes you guys unique. So, your background combines neuroscience and alternative medicine, and you really focus on nature and sustainability. So, if you could just tell us a little bit more about your background and what led you into this space of launching a supplement company.
So, my background actually maybe makes you smile now, but I was raised on a farm, and my grandmother was my big hero, the witch on the broom. She had many, not only one. I was raised, I learned all about roots, about how you use nature and its power to heal, to overcome challenges in life. And also, whenever I felt off or I didn't feel good, I was a very sensitive child, and all my answers were always in nature. I was trying to ground myself, and yeah, I learned a lot there. So that was the basis for me for everything, and still is. And I didn't at first I was just an entrepreneur for many years in marketing, and I've really enjoyed that, working with my teams. But after turning 40, the magic number, I guess, I felt I need to go back where I really want to be, and where I want to get all my power, my love, my knowledge into, and that that was holistic medicine. And I felt that we all need answers and inspirations how we can heal, become a better version of ourselves, or even finding tools how to become healthy again, because we are all like, we run to doctors and we try to find answers in pills and medication, but that's not the truth. I'm not against big pharma. It's important. We need antibiotics. We need pharma, and we need doctors who help us out in certain situations. But the answer is within ourselves. The answer is in nature, and we have a lot of tools, and most importantly, nutrition. And we forgot about everything. So I felt it's time. It's time for change, and time to look into ourselves, and time to embrace who we are. But that means you have to be responsible and act responsible. And that, was the beginning of NOOT. How can we give answers to questions? And of course, very often the pain, taught the pain. A lot of family losses, a lot of issues in my life where I felt I can't deal with it anymore. I need answers. Is the answer psychopharmaca? Is the answer to numb my pain? No, it's not. I wanted to choose growth over comfort. And I felt it's my act of self-love and bravery. Yeah. And that's how NOOT started off, if that makes sense. It was a long answer. I'm sorry, but I can't make it any shorter.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. I love the genuine place you come at this from, from your roots on a farm and learning so much from your grandmother and taking that all the way through to where we are today. That's fascinating. So let's talk a little bit more specifically about NOOT, and let's start out with the name. Tell me where the name comes from.
The NOOT, it's so great. It's short for nous and trope, which the Greek words for mind, soul, spirit, and movement. And also, of course, it's the short version of nootropics. It's the brain-enhancing compounds we use in our supplements besides phytogens and adaptogens. And the idea behind is about rewiring and how we are connected with ourselves. So I created NOOT because I was tired, as I said, of watching people to chase or fight for their health and just get banal solutions. NOOT is here to found a community, to bring truth, knowledge, and actual self-empowerment. In short, very short, it's consciousness, transformation, and growth.
Amazing. I love that. And I know you've talked about your role as an entrepreneur and also, your role as a mother. So how do these roles kind of overlap in your life and kind of inform your mission?
Mm, for me, this is like being a mother, an entrepreneur, and the mission. This is all inseparable, right? Being a mother just gave me a whole new radar for what's safe, what's true, and what really matters in life. I guess I'm not the only one. It's just everything changes. So we don't only formulate functional medicine for strangers. Especially I formulate to answer a demand for people, for mothers and people I love, for myself. Building NOOT while being a mom taught me a lot of resilience. There were nights where I was kind of nursing my son in one arm, researching studies, working on formulas, pursuing my doctorate, still not finished, and worrying how I can finance all this at the same time. So coming back to your question, actually it's simple. As always, love is the answer. Yes, mother's love and the fusion of spirit, science, spiritualism, grit, and fight. Otherwise, it's just not the truth. It's not the truth. It was a lot of fight as well. But, my son, he gave me the power to keep going and create something hopefully very special.
Oh, that's excellent. That's really great. So, you clearly have a lot of passion and you have a deep sense of purpose with NOOT and launching the brand. So how much do you consider yourself an educator versus someone running a supplement brand? And how does that mix come together for you?
Todd, I want to inspire empowerment. I believe it's less lecturing. It's more lightening the fire of self-care. And I think the time is there. People want to know more about it. They're curious. And I believe you can't shift the culture, and we need a shift. You can't shift the culture without giving people the tools to reclaim their power. Most people, including the ones with serious conditions, like, I don't even want to talk about it, but it's true, cancer or cardiovascular issues, or just to name the most common one, they still think or hope for supplements or magic pills or last-minute fixes. Health is proactive. Health is a relationship. NOOT is our way and my special way of inviting and inspiring people to think differently and to understand that nutrition and a conscious lifestyle is the foundation for everything. If NOOT just sold pills, I'm just totally in the wrong business. We're here to rewire belief systems, help, and truly live the change we want to see. And that's why we have a lot of educational content, inspiring content on our website, on our Instagram channels. And it's not just about, okay, if you buy this pill, everything's going to be great. It's not. Why do you need this pill? Why do you want this capsule? Just think about that first. There are a lot of solutions. And then, of course, supplement is a great way to enhance it or to speed it up or to cure and help, but with the right dose at the right time.
Let's talk a little bit more about those products that you offer. Can you tell us how you conceived of the product line and what you're offering?
I think we don't just make supplements. We create functional, science-backed formulation that support transformation, physical, mental, emotional. I just said it earlier. We've used Nootropics, Phytogens, Adaptogens, and they lead. They have the lead in our formulas, or better, functional medicine. It's biohacking. It's a longevity focus, but most importantly, supporting overall health, physical health, mental health, and provide support for chronic pain, inflammation issues, hormonal imbalances. So we just try to understand the needs of the people, and we try to truly come up with answers. Besides, as Todd was just asking me about, the educational answer, the educational question, we try to deliver answers and inspirations, not only just pills. So in form of supplements, but also really in form of inspiration for healthy lifestyle. I created NOOT for people who are ready for change, and that's important now. Take responsibility for it. People who want to feel awake in their life. Our products are around a state of being, not age groups or genders. It's about energy, clarity, radiance, and resilience. So while the formulas are with natural substances and filler-free, they're deeply scientific, and their true purpose is spiritual growth, to guide people back to their self.
Great. And when you think of your ideal demographic or who the products are really pointed to, can you talk about that a little bit?
So the ideal NOOT customer is a person who thrives for change and growth. And I know you want an answer about the product, but I have an answer in any product. So if you have a problem with sleep, take deep sleep. If you have a problem with stress, take stressless. If you want to be more focused during studies, go for genius mushrooms. If you have problems with the menopause, go for menopause harmony. So, but still, I would always say, what is the issue? And how can we fix the issue with your lifestyle? And that gives you the answer, hopefully, about the demographics, about the age group. My son is 15, and he's an overthinker, and he's like, oh, I want to be great in my exam, and I can't sleep at night before that, so I want to help him naturally. So I would tell him, take deep sleep and try to, be fit for your exam, and take genius mushrooms as a natural solution. He's 15. There are other kids who are smaller, but there are others who are quite old already, 80, 85 plus. My grandmother having pain, problems with chronic inflammation. Then we go for NeuroFlame. It's hard to answer in one answer, because every age group has different needs, and we try to help everybody, but not only with the supplement, more with the inspiration, how you can heal from inside out.
Great.
Just hearing you talk, we talk so much on in this industry and on the Natural View podcast about authenticity, and really just
Yes.
and just hearing you talk, I mean, it's just so coming out of you. So I wanted to ask you, how do you personally embody the NOOT philosophy in your life? Like, are there rituals or habits or practices that you live by that I think will inspire us?
Oh my God. Yes, I try, because I'm the worst. I'm like, I love to work, and I work a lot, and then I burn out. So I'm not the best role model, but I really try. So lately, and since a few years, of course, I really have my rituals. I try to live them daily. So my life is an ongoing biohacking experiment, and rooted in nature. As we said, I love the nature. I love my animals. I have horses, and I really try to listen to myself and listen to my body. So if we talk about rituals, I try to have my mornings, if possible, tech-free. When my son is out and I have my animals, I try to do a lot of breath work before the craziness of the day, which I love as well. But before this kicks in, I try to enjoy fresh air, sunlight, stillness. Stillness. Even now, being just still for a second in the podcast, it's weird, isn't it? The people might just switch off and say, okay, podcast is over. No, it's not. This is stillness. I enjoy stillness. Try to look at it. And I try not to just microdose substance. I try to overdose on nature, and I protect my energy. So I try to practice presence with my son, eat clean, supplement wisely. No, I don't take all my supplements all the time. I just take them when I feel I need them or I want them for longevity. I say no a lot lately. I step back. And I mentioned it at the beginning, the losses in my life, they have left wounds, and many weren't my fault, but healing is my responsibility. Because if I don't, I act from pain and ego, and that's costly for me, for my son, for my family, and for others. Being mindful and bold isn't just a tagline for me. It's the way I grow, the way I live, and the way I try to stay whole.
That's great. It feels like with the new product line that a lot of what you just talked about is embodied in the way you approach products. And I know you try to, and you do present, pure and potent products. And one of the things you've pointed out along the mission of doing so is that you avoid fillers, you avoid, like flashy marketing or overpromising things that that might lead someone astray. And can you talk a little bit about those choices you've made to avoid some of those things in presenting the product line?
Yeah. You know, Todd, the industry is full. I mean, I've not overfilled with white labeled, mass produced products, all ordered from, I don't know, name the country, but ordered from a big country, and then every product is the same with shiny labels, zero integrity. And yeah, okay, if it's not only integrity, you don't want to know what's in there. We're the opposites, and every formula is custom developed and science backed. It was very expensive actually to not work with fillers, to not test on animals. And we try to design everything with intention and no shortcuts. So you feel the difference because we built a difference and ourselves, and all this overpromising, it makes me really furious because all these companies make these wild claims and take this and do that, or all these products out there which actually make you even more sick than healthy. And it's just not okay. Health is about fixing people and not about and supporting them, and not overpromising on things which will never help them. At NOOT, we just don't promise any magic. We offer tools and we encourage holistic and conscious health, and integrity is worth more than a sale. And one very important topic I really want to touch base, and you just said that, it's about the fillers. Everybody says, no fillers, no nothing, no this, no that. I turn the bottle, and then first thing, maltodextrin, silicon dioxide, magnesium stearate, just to name a few. For real? Are you for real? These are fillers. They are harmful. It's not good for your gut. It enhances chronic inflammation. You just can't do it. And a lot of people take 10, 15, 20 more supplements a day. You just, I don't want to say the bad F word, you just point your health. You don't encourage your health. Please, guys, turn the bottle, look it up. Look if there's really no fillers in it, no hormones in it, no additives in it, because otherwise you do not do yourself any good. Your body isn't a trash can. You should really be conscious about your health. And this filler topic is a very, very important one. And one last sentence regarding fillers. And this also comes a little bit to the price philosophy, because we're a little bit higher priced than the others. For good reason. To fill up a capsule not with fillers is more expensive than to fill it with fillers, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to touch on something that you mentioned just before. You said for the mindful and the bold.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to that. What does it mean to be both mindful and bold? For those looking, you're talking about really taking control of your health. Can you put that into perspective for us?
Yeah, it means honoring your inner knowing and having the courage to act on it. Show this back. This is me. And just saying, stop numbing or chasing or overdoing. Mindful and bold meaning I trust myself. I take responsibility for my health. I nourish myself. And I will step into my full power. Is it always comfortable? No, it's not. But mindful and bold meaning choose growth over comfort. Bold isn't loud. It's just deeply conscious.
Yeah, great. You have not, in this whole discussion, you haven't broken off any small tasks, right? Like, we're talking about really big movements, to get people inspired to think about their lives holistically, supplements and beyond, which is really inspiring and encouraging. And I'm wondering, as you think about the future of NOOT, how does that all come together in terms of measuring success for your company? How do you look at that? Because you're on a very big mission. And as the leader of the company, how does that come together to say, hey, we're actually accomplishing this mission? What are some of those milestones, and what do you think the future holds in terms of those milestones?
Oh my God. Todd, if you just say that, it reminds me, my team will be just like, hey, Dia, why did you not talk about this product, that product, our new NAD, our Genius Mushroom 2.0? I'm so excited. I even forgot about to talk about the products. You just reminded me. You asked me of the success of NOOT. Definitely not happening if I don't, talk about the products. I hope we inspire the people to look it up and to figure it out. But I try to answer your question. I feel, success is when someone who felt invisible or broken or overwhelmed takes the first deep breath in a long time and says, I feel myself again. I feel it, And that's what NOOT in our community is for. Yes, we will grow. We will have more products. Sorry, team, I will talk about it next time. We have great products, more presence, more team members. But my deepest measure of success, that we help people to remember who they are. That's basically it. And then everything's going to be fine.
I like that answer. That's simple.
From there. Yeah. That's wonderful. Well, I will give you an opportunity for final takeaways. Make your team happy, of course. Everyone in our audience here can go to your website, take a deep dive into the product and those additional lifestyle and wellness tools you were talking about and the education. But what do you want to leave us with?
I want to leave you, Maggie and Todd, with a thank you. It's a big honor. I had the time to speak with you in a podcast and, embedded in Whole Foods, which I adore, and I really like integrity and the idea behind. I think we have talked enough about me. We have talked enough about NOOT. I want to leave this podcast saying thanks to my family and saying thanks to my team. Without them, we would not speak today. It's me, yes. I try to, I try to push it, and I try to lots of sleepless nights, and I try to work through this. But at the end of the day, there are a lot of people behind that, and they deserve to thank you. And you guys deserve to thank you because you gave me the platform to speak. I have nothing more to say. Let's just, let's live the change we want to be and we want to see.
Great.
Excellent. Well, Dia, thank you for joining us. We loved getting to know more about you and the company, and we'll stay in touch and see what's next.
Thank you so much, Maggie. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you.